Good everyone, Calvin, Shedding Sheep New Zealand. I'm due to do a December update on the shedding because I'm trying to do one each month just to show the different stages of shedding. But I'm going to combine it this time with a video on culling ewes. I'm actually feeling a little bit sentimental towards my two top ewes because I made the decision the other day that their time with my flock is up. And someone actually said or asked on Facebook if anybody had some lawnmowers, and I offered them my the ewes that have been my top ewes. I just feel it's time to retire them. They struggled a little bit this year with the lambing, or with the rearing of their lambs, and so I think it's better for them to leave before they cause me more time constraints, because chances are if they're going to stay here I'm going to try and land them again. And certainly if they get retired, they'll do 2 or 3 years of easy duty just clipping grass, and the people wanted something that was nice and friendly, and both of these ewes are very friendly. But at the same time we'll look at the shedding of the ewes. So my ewe flock is still on a little bit of a restricted diet to get those udders all cleaned up. And most of them though are starting to look pretty reasonable. Hello, miss. You can see here is an example where she's done the main shed and she's just losing that little bit of fluff. That one's got a little bit on the back still. Monster over the back. She doesn't rear good lambs, so she may be retired as well because she's quite friendly. This is one of the girls that will be leaving. We call her Miss Four Titties because she's got four teats. And she reared 2 lambs. She normally puts lambs in the top group, and they would be right at the bottom of the top group, and she needed a bit of extra help to get her through. And she sheds fairly short. She won't be long until she'll be well shed. Hey, number 9, you're the offspring of Granny. This is Granny over here, and so Granny has been my top ewe. She's put a lot of offspring into my flock. She's nice and friendly. If I had a bucket, she'd be in the bucket of pellets right now, and she won't be long and she'll be shed off as well. Now the idea of course is to cull ewes before they give you problems, and that's actually a problem ewe right there. While she looks good, she was the one that was the bad mum. She didn't mother her lamb well. So that's number 118. So she is also being culled, but she is going across to the main farm, sausages or dog food or something. And it's really tricky because you've got a ewe like that looks good, and at this point we've got this ewe here that doesn't look good, but she's going to stay. She's actually destined for a friend, so retirement from my flock, just to produce freezer lambs, because she produces lovely lambs. This old girl here, she's got no teeth left, so she struggles to eat enough, so she's dog food. Her other friend, the other friend is this one here. You can't really see her, we'll zoom in, eh? She's also leaving. Oh, that one, right at the top of the picture. So the idea is to cull the ewes before they become a burden, take up extra time, or they die. And I'm just slowly working through my flock. I look at issues like this one here with the dirty back end. She's certainly on the schedule. She's a lower level ewe in my flock, but she did rear a lamb, so at the moment she will be okay. If you look at her fleece though, she shed to nearly nothing. She actually got sunburnt with that very short shed, so that's another consideration of those really low shedding or shed to nothing sheep, whether they should actually stay. So while I'm out and about, I've also got my spray bottle here, and I've worked out that carrying it with me and allows me to hit the Californian thistles has meant that most of my paddocks are actually pretty clean now with minimal spray use. And here's a good example of ewes. We got this ewe here that's a bit scruffy in her shedding, and this ewe here that's cleaned up in her body. She's still got a bit to go around the neck. Now those two ewes, this girl here had twins, this girl here reared a single. Now an interesting thing with the shedding is a lot of my ewes will hold their wool until I wean their lambs. And pretty much I wean their lambs and a couple of weeks later most of it falls off. But normally I'm weaning Christmas and New Year, somewhere around there. This year I weaned way earlier. I weaned on the 1st of November. So the ewes, some of them are taking a little bit longer before they are dropping their wool. Some of them have hardly started, and that's a couple of buy-ins that I've got. So my flock is relatively young. Last year 60% of my ewes were hoggets, which made for a really, really interesting lambing period. And of course they have now moved over and are now two-tooths. So I've got a large percentage of my flock as two-tooths. Most of my old girls are just about all gone. My foundation ewes that I had, they're just about all moved on. I bought a few others throughout the year, and so I bought a few 6-tooths, and I've got 2 of those left. I've got another ewe, she's a 2019, fantastic mum, so I'm going to run her for a couple more years. She's still producing fantastic lambs. So where some people will just cast for age as a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old, they'll move those ewes on. I like those old ewes, those old productive ewes. The longevity is really important for me. So I'm really looking for those ewes that can survive and keep breeding longer and longer. And of course it's going to take me 3 or 4 years to see how my two-tooths presently go as they get up to that 5 and 6 years old. Some of them of course are from those foundation ewes, so I'm expecting them to go well, but some of the buy-ins I'm not so sure on. As you can see, there's not a lot of grass in this paddock. I've got them fairly screwed down. I am still trying to drop a couple of udders, but I'm about ready to open them up a bit more. So they're getting moved today. They're going over where the cows are, and they're just going to rotate around and try and clean up paddocks for the lambs. This paddock has had 3 grazings with the lambs, and it has gotten a bit rank. I'm also attempting not to top paddocks, get in with the mower and mow it off, and just trying to keep it as easy care or low maintenance and minimize costs. I might end up losing that battle, but I'm going to do my best. You can see they're telling me that it is time to be moved. We also have to be very careful not just to solely cull on looks. See this little girl here? She reared a lovely pair of twins, beautiful pair of twins. See that one at the back there, that one, monster? She reared my crappiest single. In fact, her single was smaller than her twins by lots. That's a better ewe than that one. Well, girls, you ready? Freeze a hogget, because she didn't shed properly. Come on then. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Watch out for the chickens. Hey, get out of the way. Come on. Come on. Come on. Not too big, boy. Come on, girls. So what is my number one reason to cull a ewe? She can't rear a lamb. She gives me hassles when she's rearing lambs. Well, she fails to rear a good lamb. That is the number one reason that I will colour you. Next, feet, growth, temperament, a little bit of age if she's not rearing good lambs again, and if, even if she's old but she rears a good lamb, then she's staying. Teeth. There's a couple of ewes that have got poor teeth, so they're leaving. Or sometimes just plainly if they're stupid. That one falls into that category. Hey, go on. Just plain stupid. You've always been like that. Go on. Yeah, stupid. Go on. Go on. Go on. In time, I will also cull for things much harder, like dirty back ends, number 96. I'll be much harder on the shedding. And then hopefully I will get to a point where every single one of my ewes I would be 100% happy keeping replacement ewe lambs from. And then it will get much harder to select which ewes I'm going to keep. This ewe's going to become my oldest ewe now. He's a 2019 model. Another thing to note is there is a difference between a cull and a surplus ewe. Cull, that should be the end of the game for that animal, should go to the works and be removed from our population. There is also like a cast for age. They can still be a good ewe and be used at other times. My goal is to cull before teeth problems, but before they actually give me a hassle. And I'm quite fortunate that whilst my two oldest girls are getting culled as such, they're actually getting retired. They're going to be off going lawnmowers. I heard from the woman who's going to be taking them. They're going to be leaving today, and it's a little bit of a sad day for me actually. They've been with me for a while, and you get a bit attached to some of them. There are just some sheep that are just sheep, but there are other sheep that are kind of a little bit special. But I'm very pleased that they're going off to somewhere where they can live out of retirement, because my other option was I turn them into dog food, and I didn't really want to do that. So I'm super pleased that they're going to be looked after and spend their retirement just trimming some grass. Do a little bit of a service check before she goes. Check teeth. Yeah, she's still got some teeth. Give her tootsies a bit of a trim. Udder's not going to be used anymore, but there's the extra teats there. 1 and 2. Is that a reward? Hey, Miss, here you go. You forgive me? Good girl. Good girl. Well done. You're going to a new home. Easy on the shedding, eh? Good girl. Right, Granny, you're next. You too. Do a bit of a service check. So these are the next 4 on the cull list. And these 2 at the front here, I think they're out of teeth. Oh my goodness. See this girl? She's out of teeth. Teeth are all worn down. Jaw's not in great alignment either. She's come from a place where she grazed very, very low for a long time, and that's worn her teeth out. Same as this girl. It's pretty hard to do this actually. Calm down. She's got no teeth left. Oh, they're real bad. So that's why those 2 are going. This one was a very small ewe lamb that I've managed to grow through. Hey little girls, so this one's 86. She didn't fully shed, but she's quite friendly. So she's destined for my freezer. And this one is the bad mum. So she had trouble birthing her lamb. She actually ended up rearing quite a good lamb, but she's also a bit crazy, which could be affecting her mothering ability. You can see the look in her eye, she's not very comfortable with me in here. So she's going to go as well. Same with Granny. Bit of a service check. Still got some teeth in there. You've never liked me to looking at your teeth, eh? Good girl. Check toes. Toes look good, just a little bit off the edges. I'll just take that little bit off. You go, Amos. Here you go. Here you go. Up you go. Good girl. Up you get. Want some treats? Hey. Granny. Here you go. Granny, you forgive me? Hey. You forgive me? Good girl. Good girl. One of Granny's granddaughters. Another one. Good girls. How about you two pop over here? Just pop in here, please. There you go. See you, my girls. See ya.